Why we make bad decisions, even when we know better. For weeks, we've explored fear, the hidden force that shapes our choices. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of being forgotten. But what if I told you that fear isn't the only thing controlling us? That even when fear isn't in the picture, we still make terrible decisions. Decisions we know are wrong, yet we make them anyway. We tell ourselves we'll start working out tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. We stay in toxic relationships even when every red flag is waving. We gamble, lie, procrastinate, knowing full well it'll hurt us. So why do we do it? Why do we, as intelligent beings, sabotage ourselves? The truth is, our brains aren't wired for logic, they're wired for survival, and that means prioritizing emotion over reason. The illusion of rationality. We like to think of ourselves as rational beings, but psychology tells a different story. Most of our decisions are emotional first, logical second, and by the time logic kicks in, the decision is already made. Take Michael Corleone in The Godfather. He starts as a man who wants nothing to do with his family's criminal empire. He tells himself he's different, but when his father is nearly assassinated, he makes one impulsive choice: to seek revenge. From that moment on, his fate is sealed. His decisions feel rational, but they're all fueled by emotions, loyalty, anger, and ultimately power. Cognitive biases, the hidden puppet masters. Psychologists have uncovered dozens of cognitive biases, mental shortcuts that warp our thinking. Here are two of the biggest culprits behind our worst decisions. 1. The sunk cost fallacy, why we can't let go. Imagine you're halfway through a terrible movie, but you force yourself to keep watching because you've already invested an hour. That's the sunk cost fallacy, the false belief that past investments should dictate future actions. In Titanic, Cal Hockley, Rose's fiancé, refuses to let her go, not because he loves her, but because he sees her as his investment. The more he feels he's losing control, the more irrational his decisions become, leading to obsession, violence, and ultimately, his downfall. 2. Instant gratification, why we choose now over later. Our brains crave instant rewards. That's why we scroll through social media instead of sleeping, why we binge watch shows instead of studying, why we say just one more episode and end up watching 5. In The Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort knows his schemes will eventually collapse. He could walk away rich and free, but the dopamine rush of more money, more power, more excess is too strong. He keeps choosing instant pleasure until everything crumbles. The role of fear and reward. At the core of every bad decision is a battle between fear and reward. We fear missing out, so we say yes to things we don't want. We fear discomfort, so we avoid the gym, the hard conversation, the change we need. We crave pleasure, so we make choices that feel good now, but hurt us later. Even when we think we're in control, our subconscious is calling the shots. How to make better decisions. So, how do we break free? 3 simple rules. 1. Pause before reacting. When faced with a decision, ask, am I making this choice because of emotion or logic? 2. Think long term. Would future thank you for this decision? If not, reconsider. 3. Recognize the biases. Just knowing these psychological traps exist gives you power over them. Bad decisions aren't random, they're predictable, and the more you understand why you make them, the better you can control them. The question is, will you start making better choices today, or will you wait until tomorrow, just like you always do?